Procreate Sketch Sesh for making art every day. If you're new around here, Making Art Every Day is a series of daily drawing prompts, tutorials, and motivation to help you nurture your creative practice. Every month we pick a theme to explore, and we've got prompts for every day of the month to help you get you in the mood for drawing. And I'm very excited to tell you about the theme that we're going to be exploring for March. So why don't we go ahead and we'll switch right down to my iPad and we will go ahead and get into it. All right. And here we go. So I'm going to be opening up the March drawing journal, which is right here. Now, I highly recommend downloading the drawing journal. You can find a link to download it right in the description on YouTube. And this is kind of going to be your guide for the entire month. And there's a lot of good stuff in here this month especially. But the extra special thing that I've got for you in the drawing journal download is a free Procreate brush. So if you haven't already yet, go ahead and head to that link and start downloading it, because I'm going to be using that brush in this drawing that I'm going to be doing today. If you want to follow along with me, you can use it too. So this is our drawing.
It went again already.
Okay. Can they hear me?
They will be able to hear you. They can hear you now.
Okay, sorry, we had just a network blip. Hopefully we're all good and back on now. But if we have a couple of issues with the stream, I apologize. Our network is not liking us today, so that's fun. So anyways, as I was saying, our theme for Making Art Every Day for March is going to be doodles, and this is a theme that I have been wanting to do for Making Art Every Day for a really long time, and I'm so glad that we're getting into it. I think it's going to be a really fun month. So I'll just start by telling you a little bit about kind of the thought behind this month. So this is the second page of the drawing journal, and this page is just going to give you a little bit of insight about, you know, kind of how to approach the month. But I designed this as a way for you to kind of just get into the flow of drawing, and kind of contrary to what you might normally want to do in your artwork, this one is all about quantity over quality. Doodling is a great way to generate ideas, to explore your style, and to just get your ideas down on paper. So the more that you doodle, the better. And no idea is a bad idea, which is like kind of the fun thing about this. Like, even simple scribbles can lead to something bigger. And by the end of the month, you'll have all these, pages and pages of creative exploration, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So on this page, I've got some helpful doodle tips to kind of, help you along. So the idea here is to fill a page or a canvas with simple, quick little drawings based on whatever the daily prompt is, and I'll go over those in just a sec. But keep it simple, like quick little small doodles are great. You don't need to have polished artwork. Because we're kind of going for quantity over quality, each individual little doodle or drawing doesn't have to be that great, but when they're all together, like, it's something special. Like, that's what I love about this type of approach to artwork. So again, quantity over quantity. The more you draw, the more ideas you'll discover. There are no rules. Just because we have a prompt doesn't mean you have to be very strict about adhering to whatever that prompt is. If an idea pops into your head and it doesn't fit the prompt, just go ahead and draw it anyway and just keep going. And doing that will help you to get into the flow and let your mind wander. Just kind of like see what comes out. So it's very, there's a little bit of structure, but mostly we want you to just kind of like flow and just get your ideas out and get stuff onto the page. That's what it's all about. So this page, the next page is going to give you a little bit of the weekly themes, kind of like at a glance. Each one kind of has a specific structure to it. So the first week we have just 2 prompts. It's a short week, and that's our doodle warm up. Just 2 prompts to kind of get you started. One of them is your go-to doodles, and you can just kind of draw whatever, and I'll talk more about that. The next week is line and shape play. So you're going to explore lines and squiggles and blobs and just kind of like just really exploring shapes and things like that. It can be very free-flowing, very fun. The next week is object overload. And so for this one, I've picked an object, and you're going to want to draw as many kind of variations on that object as you can. So we have things like socks. You could draw different kinds of patterned socks. Hats, different kinds of hats, keys, lamps, shoes, things like that. And just kind of like, it's almost like a visual brainstorm. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun too. The 4th week this month is doodle a theme. So we have a theme, and then you get to draw as many things that relate to that theme as possible. And then finally, we have patterns and designs. So you get to explore decorative details like frames, borders, starbursts, arrows, patterns, ornamental swashes, things like that, and just really get to explore kind of some design elements and fill a page with that sort of thing. So that's kind of the weeks at a glance, and I'll show you the whole prompts page in just a sec. But before we do that, let's go to our next page because I have a special little treat for you guys today. I have been working on some brushes. If you've been following me on Instagram, I've been posting a lot of work with them, but some brushes that I'm really excited about that are eventually going to develop into an entire set. But I kind of modified one of those brushes and I'm giving it to you guys, and I'm calling it the Doodle Ink brush. And it's this really fun brush with a little bit of edge texture, and it kind of like blobs together, a little bit when you overlay your strokes and stuff. And that's for you guys. You guys get that for free, and you can find it in the zip file for your drawing journal. So actually I have it up here. So after you download the drawing journal, it's a zip file, and you just open that up, and then there's a little folder, and inside you'll find the journal itself, which is a Procreate file, which we were just looking at, and then the brush. And when you import that into Procreate, it will actually go into your imported, there's mine. There's an imported brush set that's generated by Procreate, and that's where it'll go. So if you can't find it after you open it up, it's in that imported set. It's usually at the bottom of the list. And then for me, I just created a brush set called Doodle. You can create a brush set by dragging down from this menu until you see that little plus sign. And then you can create your own brush set, and I just put it in there. So that's just a little tip. So yay, I'm so excited. I hope you use it for your doodling this month and you enjoy it. Of course, the one thing I want to say about this month is you don't technically have to do it in Procreate. I mean, you never have to do making art every day. You can use whatever medium you want. I invite all mediums, but if you wanted to just get out a piece of paper and doodle, that's fine too. All good. Okay, so let me tell you about what's coming up in March, and then I'll show you all the prompts. I've got two fun things coming up. So first of all is our Art Makers Club live tutorial in Art Makers Club, which is my membership for, we have a community, we have courses, we do live events every month. There's a ton of brushes to explore, and it's a really fun place. And we do, like I said, a live tutorial every month. And this month we are doing spot illustration collections. And the idea behind this tutorial, and I'll pull up the artwork really quick because it's really cute, is how can you take a page of doodles and turn it into this little collection of illustrations, little spot illustrations. So I'm going to be showing you how you can, pull from your best doodles, arrange them into a layout, create this cohesive artistic style, color palette, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to create this cute little garden scene in that tutorial. So if you want to know what you could do with your doodles after you make them, that'll be a really great tutorial to check out. And that's going to be March 7th at 10 a.m. Pacific. And then of course you can watch the replay anytime after that. And then on March 21st, I'm going to be releasing a tutorial on YouTube. And for this tutorial, and I'll pull up the artwork here. I have a couple of them. We're going to be exploring different patterns. We're going to draw these little blob shapes and then fill them up with different patterns and get really exploratory. So we have a prompt later in the month for types of patterns, and this is kind of based on that. So I think it's going to be a really fun tutorial. I did a couple versions of it with a different brush, and I really like this one too. So again, just really loose, exploratory, creative. I think it's going to be fun. I'm very excited. So those are the two tutorials I've got coming up for you this month. And finally, let's pop over to our prompts page. So here it is. I had so much fun designing this one, doing all these doodles based on all the different prompts. So since I already kind of went over the weeks, I'll just go real quick through them. So we have our doodle warm up, which first we're going to start with your go-to doodles, and that's actually what I plan on drawing today. So I'll talk more about that, when we get into the drawing portion. And then because we're artists, I think it'd be fun to just doodle some art supplies. That's a really great prompt. And then we explore line and shape. So squiggles, dots, circles, waves, triangle, squares, whatever way you want that to kind of come out, you can for that one. Object overload, so drawing one thing in many different variations, so types of hats, bottles, like perfume bottle, water bottle, whatever kind of bottle you think of, keys, different kinds of lamps, clocks, shoes. So that I'm really excited about that. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Doodle a theme, so I have these different themes. And you just draw as many things as you can kind of within that theme. So garden things, kitchen things, ocean things, things you might find on your desk, things in space. It's St. Patrick's Day coming up this month. So on the 17th, I have lucky themes. So you can draw a bunch of lucky charms. And then finally, we have our patterns and designs. So these are, again, design elements. So types of patterns, frames, arrows, bows, banners, speech bubbles, and just fill a page with these different things. So very excited about the prompts, and I hope you guys are too. And then finally, the last couple things in the drawing journal are, we have this in here every month, which is the Doodle Your Ideas page. So you can use that if you want to do some of your doodles and put your ideas down. And then we have our progress tracker where you can paste in your artwork as you complete it. You can set a little mini goal for yourself, like I'm going to spend at least 20 minutes doodling this week, or I'm going to use this brush to do my doodling, or whatever kind of little goals you want to set for yourself, and then you can kind of check it off when you do it. So that's a little progress tracker, and that's everything. A couple things I just wanted to show you real quick is here on the Making Art Every Day. This is our prompts page, and you'll find it at makingarteveryday.com. And this is kind of your home base for all things Making Art Every Day. So you can download the drawing journal right there, and you'll get that brush. We have a link to subscribe to our calendar, which is something we added for 2025. And I'll show you kind of what that looks like, because I don't think I've shown it here, but that's a subscription calendar. So you subscribe, and then it shows up in your calendar app, and you just like go to today, and you're like, what's the prompt? And there it is. And you just draw it. And like, I've been wanting to do this, like set this up for Making It Every Day for a really long time. And personally, I use it every day. Like this is like what I use to kind of check what our prompt is. Plus we've got our events, things that are coming up. March is now in there, the different events we have coming up in March. So highly recommend subscribing to that. It's really, really useful. And then we've got our prompts. And for the prompts, you can click, or you can tap on any one of these, and we'll take you to related, an image search to kind of give you some ideas. So that's also really handy. Like, let's do kitchen things. So there's kitchen things, whisk, spatula, mixing bowl, things like that. So that's really useful. Sketch Sesh, which are here. And then down here, we have some tutorials that are kind of related to our prompts that you can try out. And then tutorials from Art Makers Club related to our tutorial that we've got, or related to our theme that we're doing. Okay, I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. Yeah, just make sure you sign up for our email list. I always forget to mention that, but the email list is kind of like the first touch point for everything, and that's where I send out all the information and related tutorials and things like that. I've got a link in the description on YouTube, but you also sign up for it by downloading the journal. And I think it'll be really great to get the emails for this month, because I'll have some suggestions for each prompt of things that you can draw. So I think that'll be really good too. Okay. All right, now that's it. All right, so we got through, kind of the thought behind the month. We went over everything, and now we're coming to the portion of our sketch sesh where I get to draw. So I always pick a prompt, and then I kind of just draw it on the fly, and whatever happens, happens. They usually come out pretty good. So I thought for this one, it would be fun to do the go-to doodles prompt. I made this the very first prompt because I think it's a good way to kind of get you in the mindset of doodling, and you can literally draw anything. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. In preparation for this month, I did a page of go-to doodles, which that's what this one is here. But I'm going to do another one with you guys, because you never know what's going to come out. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new canvas. I'm going to do my vertical size, which is 2800 by 3500 pixels. And then I'm going to go into my brushes, and I'm going to choose that Doodle Ink brush. I made my own little brush set, and I put it in there. And then for my color, I'm gonna just choose black. And I actually have a saved brush size for this brush. You see this little tick mark here in the brush size slider. And that's kind of just like a size that I think is really nice for doodling. It's kind of a good kind of middle size. But you can, of course, go bigger or smaller, you know, for your own preference. But I'm going to use that saved size. Okay, all right. So for go-to doodles, the idea here is like think of the stuff that you always draw when you don't know what else to draw. So like for me, like one of my favorite things to draw are cacti. So I'm gonna just zoom in and draw a little cacti. Like I feel like I always draw this little kind of saguaro cactus. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be detailed. Just getting something on the page is what this is all about. And then, yeah, I don't know, you can draw like some easy things when you're not sure what else, like little hearts and stars and things like that. Oops, my brush, there we go. Little star. And, oh, I always love to draw this one pizza. If you've taken my Kickstart Your Creativity course, you probably recognize this pizza. It's kind of this like droopy pizza slice that I love to doodle. So I'm going to doodle that over here. Put some pepperonis. Food is definitely a go-to kind of doodle thing for me. Oh, let's see. A sun. Like I said, can be anything. And I thought it might be fun since you guys are here live with me, is if you guys have any suggestions for things for me to doodle, maybe you guys can put them in the chat. And then my lovely husband, Jeff, who's here in the background, making sure everything works good, can kind of shout them out to me. So yeah, go ahead and put some in there and I'll draw them. Drawing a little mushroom now. And if you're drawing along with me, you can draw literally whatever pops into your head.
Greta is saying a cat. Okay,
cat. And because some of the things you guys aren't giving me aren't my go-to things, we don't know how well they're going to come out. But I have doodled cats before. I'm going to do a really simple little kitty cat.
I've got 2 birds and a squirrel even as well.
Oh, a squirrel. Ooh, that's challenging. But yeah, keep it simple with these little doodles. Like here's a little simple, cute little cat. I love it. Okay, so we had a bird. A bird. Let's see, kind of there's so many ways you could do a bird. Ooh, one bird I love to just draw is a seagull because I just love their little silly bodies. So I'll draw a seagull.
Oh, we're getting tons now coming in.
Oh boy, okay.
So we can go flower.
Oh yeah, flowers are a good one. All right, we're trying to get the seagull feet. There we go. So flowers, you could do so many different things when it comes to flowers. My first flower I always draw is just this like generic kind of flower, but you could do like a little tulip flower. I didn't forget about the squirrel. I don't know. I'm gonna try the squirrel. Okay, we're gonna just try and keep it like super simple. Maybe they have some ears and a tail. Oh boy. All right. Hey, that's not terrible. And little arms. Okay, look at these silly little arms. I don't know. Here's the eye. And they have like a big feet like that. You can use the eraser. Like I try not to use the eraser too much when I'm doodling because I want it to free flow. But for something like this where I want the leg to be in front, you can use the eraser. Tap and hold the eraser tool, and that will select the same brush you were using to draw as your eraser. So maybe I just want to get rid of that.
I love it. We also could do house.
Oh yes, I do love drawing houses.
And someone was just saying playing draw something live stream right now.
What's that? Oh, draw something.
Draw something.
Oh my gosh, do you remember that game, that like app? Draw something. If anybody remembers that. Okay, here's my little simple house. Little door, little half circle window. Maybe 3 little windows over here. And chimney. There's a little house. Let's see. Oh, I love to draw like a palm tree. Trees are a good one too. So I'm gonna have enough room. We'll see. Ooh, gotta squeeze it in there. And I also like try not to undo too much. I mean, if you like kind of mess up your stroke, you can do an undo. But again, we're trying to like get in the flow and just let your ideas come out. So kind of try not to be perfect about it is the idea. Oh, I know. A donut. I love a donut. I'm just going to do it really simple, kind of like a oval shape. There's the frosting. There's frosting kind of on that side. And then little sprinkles. What other ideas have we got, Jeff?
Teapot and teacup.
Oh, yeah. Love that. Little donut. Okay, teapot. Let's do a teapot. Like that. And then a little foot on the teapot. And then the lid. It's kind of giving Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast a little bit. And then it kind of tapers. Hey, that's not too bad. And then a big handle. There we go. Like I said, try like don't undo, but then I undo a bunch of times. Get a little design on there. There's teapot and then a tea cup. Cute little ornate with a foot, one of those fancy kind of teacups. It can match the teapot. There we go. Fun. And I love drawing like squiggles. Like they're kind of one of my favorite things to doodle, especially with this brush because like I was telling you, and I'll show you, when you kind of overlap a stroke, the edges kind of blob together a little bit as long as you don't lift your pencil off the screen. And it's really a fun, like see how it kind of blobs together. So that's why I love drawing squiggles. They're very satisfying to me, especially with this brush. Okay, what else do we got?
So, we got a ton of good stuff. We got a taco.
Oh, a taco. Let's do it. Taco. Let's see. Kind of. Okay. Got some meat in here. Some, you know, I don't know. This cheese, ingredients. It could just be little shapes. It doesn't have to be anything accurate. Some little dots on my tortilla or my taco shell. Okay, we got a taco. How about a burger? We got a 3D printer this year and I've been exploring 3D printing and I printed this really cool burger. And so kind of thinking about that as I do this. Okay, let's see. That's supposed to be the meat.
Now, what about...
We'll just fill that in. There we go. Sesame seeds.
Baseball.
Okay. Super simple little baseball. What else? Oh, like lightning bolts are also fun.
Ooh. I mean, you say a simple baseball, but that's the beauty even of baseball is simple.
I know. It's like some lines with some more lines.
Yeah.
So that's cute.
We've also got a hat and or a crown as well.
Ooh, I want to do a crown. Okay. Do a little crown. Little, I don't know, thing on there. Okay, this is supposed to be like little gems or something. Then maybe I'll draw a little gem shape there.
You know, what's funny about gem shapes is diamond is in there as well.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's do a diamond.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Let's do it. This is how I do a diamond. Kind of like a little... Oh, yeah, diamonds I always forget. Okay, yeah, so like kind of like a squashed, what is that, a hexagon? And then you draw triangles. And then, another little trapezoid shape. That's a very tall diamond, but we'll make it shine. Da 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 da. Love it. Oh my gosh, one of my favorite things to draw right now is a little worm. I love a little worm. It's another thing I've been trying to 3D print. Da, da, da. And then the little like heart part of the worm. The worm works great for the garden garden things prompt.
I love it. Someone was going a superhero and or Batman.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's a lot.
That's a lot.
Although you could, well, you need to see the logo, and I know you don't know it off the top of your head.
I know I'm not a superhero kind of person. Doing like a whole body seems like intimidating for a doodle, but you know, you could always try it and see.
I got a good one of overall pants.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Actually, I drew those for the garden one. And those are like my favorite kind of pants.
That's why I was like, someone actually said Lisa's favorite pants.
I know. Okay. Let's go pants. Little overall pants. This is actually really fun. Just kind of having you guys tell me what to draw. Okay, we got a pocket. Little pocket. And then like a waistband. Belt loops. Little... It's fun. I always think it's so funny that overalls have like a little fly, but it doesn't open. There we go. And then, well, these are the, you know, straps. You get it, right? Da-da-da. There we go. Oh, pockets. There we go. Overalls. Oh, how about a bow? Actually, bows and ribbons are one of our prompts later in the month for Design Week.
In fact, Lily Manfield was just going off with all of the kind of sewing-y types of things.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Pin cushion, scissors, and sewing thread.
I think like for the second day of the month, the prompt is art supplies. And you could take that any way you want. You know, doesn't have to be like fine art supplies and paint and stuff like that. It could be whatever creative supplies that you like to use.
That's the beauty of art, right?
Yeah, it can be whatever you want. Like I said, the doodles no rules. Just kind of go for it. Oh, I always like to draw sparkles. Sometimes like when I'm doodling a page and I just want to like fill in some space, like I said, I'll do a little swirly thing or some little sparkles. I also like this kind of sparkle that's like a diamond that's kind of like sucked in like that. Fun. What else? What else?
A boat.
Oh, a boat. Okay. I envision it on a little water. And then I got the part that kind of sticks out like that. A little stripe or something. And let's make it a sailboat. That's kind of what that's what I envision with a boat. But I'm not a sailor, so I always like, the sails are never accurate. I think there's a bigger one in the front and a smaller one in the back. It's okay. You could always like look stuff up and, you know, get ideas for how things actually look, but it's also fun to just kind of do whatever. How about like a little car? Like a little car.
Or a
Boop-a-doo.
pencil.
Oh my gosh, how could I forget the pencil? That is absolutely one of my favorite things to doodle. Windows, okay, there's our car. There it has a door and like an antenna because it's old school and a bumper. Okay, let's do pencil. Let's do pencil here. Like I like to do a nice fat pencil. Ziggy zaggy. And then the ferrule, the silver part that holds the eraser in. And then lines. This brush has some pressure sensitivity, so if you draw a little bit lighter, you'll get kind of a thinner line, which is kind of nice to mix in. Oh, how about a little butterfly? little butterfly. Any more ideas kind of popping out over there?
Apple.
Ooh, okay. Apple. Let me finish decorating my little butterfly. And some little things. Sure. Okay. Apple. Well, that tiny apple. A little bit bigger. I always think of the Apple logo. There's the Apple logo. I'll try like a different kind of apple. It's going to end up looking the same, but we'll do a stem and a leaf. There's another apple. Let's see. Oh, how about like a hot dog? A little hot dog and a hot dog bun. So kind of like a bean shape. And then a little hot dog sticking out. And a little, that. Hot dog. Sock is one of our prompts. I like socks. They're easy. They're easy to draw, and there's so many things that you could do within the sock shape, because socks can literally have whatever you want on them pattern-wise. There's a simple little sock. Oh, what about I keep looking at my squirrel. He needs like a bigger nose. Like a rainbow. Let's see if I have space. Let's do it over here. Just a little simple rainbow. Let's see. Just do another kind of cactus. I also like this kind of cacti. I have a tutorial to do one kind of like this style of cacti. It's like my watercolor tutorial. And little spiny things.
What did you call me?
What?
Spiny things?
On the cactus. Little flowers. There's a cactus. Maybe I'll draw a little sun. I think I did a sun already, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Keep going. Let's see. I did a pencil, but I can also do an apple pencil, because that is another thing I like to doodle. Apple pencil is really easy. It's like 2 lines, and one side is kind of a curve. The other side is a point. And then you draw a line there for the apple pencil tip. And then optional if you want to add the little, like this flat part of an apple pencil. That's really easy. Oh, you know what else I like to draw? A snail.
Someone actually said snail earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So now that I'm like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to fit the snail, like this is something else you can do if you want to have a really full page, and maybe you're running out of room to draw something as big as you want. You can always get the selection tool here, like this flower. I'm just going to scooch it over. Like I'll just draw a selection around it and then use the transform tool and just kind of move it. You can resize it if you want, but that gives me like a little bit more room. And then I can draw a snail. And then do his little eyes. And even though those are technically the eyes, I still like to draw eyes. Because I think it's cute to have a little face. We can do a little swirly-doo going around here. Cute. I like his little face. You can draw like cloud shapes. Boop, boop, boop. Maybe that could end up, looks like a bush. Could be a tree if it had room for a trunk. Oh, how about like a snake? I did a worm, so let's do a snake. They have kind of like this diamond shape head. A little tongue, and then you can just fill the space with a snake. We have a prompt that's about lines, and they could all end up being snakes if you're into it. Do a zigzag.
Starfish.
Ooh. Okay. Decorate my snake. Good enough. Let's do a starfish over here.
We've got a good favorite of ice cream cone and sprinkles.
Oh yeah, look at the starfish. The top little arm is not that big. That's okay. It's starfish-ish. Okay, ice cream cone, ice cream cone. Where are we gonna fit it? I'm gonna move this lightning bolt over. There's a lot of ways you can draw ice cream cones. I'm gonna go with a very simple little stack design. Maybe there's some chocolate chips in that one. And maybe, oh, and there's supposed to be sprinkles on top. Doesn't look that different from the chocolate chips, but that's okay. I would put a cherry on top if there was room, but I mean, I'll just draw some cherries over here. That's the beauty of this. You can do whatever. Whatever, you know, whatever idea comes in, like cherries, because of the ice cream cone, but I can draw them over here instead. Little cherries. Maybe I'll draw like a regular star over here. Little star. Da-da-da. Let's like space over there. What else? What else? Oh, how about like a shooting star? Wait, I'm gonna do a shooting star. I'll do it here. So we'll draw a star. Oh, that's a wonky star. Let's do one more time. And I don't know if I'll have room, but I'm gonna do like a shooting star. Kind of from each of these points. All kind of converging together, and then kind of a little bit thinner line in between. A little bit there. Woo, star. Swirlies. Any other ideas?
We got tons still. We got pineapple, dragon fruit, or cherries.
Ooh, like pineapple. I'm running out of space. I'm gonna move this apple over there.
I love that there's the Apple logo.
I've drawn the Apple logo a lot of times.
Yeah, Terry was saying, I love how you make it look so easy.
I mean, it can be. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to spend a lot of time. Some doodles are cute. Some doodles are like, what is that? But it's a good exercise, too, to kind of get you to, like, just focus on getting the idea down and, like, trusting your skill, too, to, like, just create it without overthinking it. And the more that you do things like this, the more skilled you'll get at just being able to get something down quickly.
Glasses, alarm clock.
Ooh, some good ones. I'm doing a zigzaggy line.
Just to fill in some space.
Just why not? Yeah. And then I'll do a heart right there. Okay, I heard.
My heart or your heart?
That's my heart and your heart. I'm going to rotate it. Boop. Okay, what were the things that you just said?
Alarm clock and glasses.
Alarm clock. Oh boy. And glasses. Okay, I'm going to do glasses. Maybe they're kind of those cat eye glasses. Glasses are always hard for me because it's hard to get them like the same shape on both sides. I don't know. Are they eyeglasses or sunglasses? Maybe they're eyeglasses because I already made the frames dark, and if I make the middle dark, it'll just look like a blob. And then draw the backs. Do I have space? You know, like one side is closed a little more than the other. It's fine.
What brush are you using again, Lisa?
Oh, this is the free Doodle Ink brush. So if you download the drawing journal, this brush is in that little zip file, and you can just use it. Just import it into Procreate.
And the link is pinned right now in the video as well. So free brush with the package.
With the zip file. I'm going to do a little banner. One of our prompts this month is bows and banners. And I've always loved doodling banners. You kind of do like a squiggle like this. And I don't know if I have enough room, but I'm going to try. And then you draw lines kind of coming out from the apex of the curves there. And then parallel curved lines. And then like a little triangle-y shape in there. This also works for like waving flags and stuff like that. That's fun. Oh, speaking of, let's do like a little pennant flag in this little space here. And I'll have it say rah, like, you know, rah, rah, the cheerleader. Rah, rah.
Just boom bop?
Yeah. Rah. Or you can say whatever. Maybe some more little squiggles in there, little stars. Whatever. Any other things I can fit in?
Someone was asking for the emoji heart eyes.
Oh, heart eyes emoji. Good one. Feel like my seagull could move a little bit. Right there. Now I have a little room. Heart eyes. I don't know what the mouth part of the heart eyes emoji is. Is it just like a smile? Jeff, tell me.
Can I tell you?
Does it have eyebrows? I don't know.
I mean, I have to look it up because I don't know.
That looks good.
It's just a smile with the two heart eyes.
Well,
so it's open mouth, smile, no teeth.
I did it my way. So that's what it's going to look like. A little flower in here. I'm starting to run out of space. So you could keep going like for as long as you want and just kind of like fill in all the space or not. Like it's kind of just up to you how long you keep going for. You can use little filler things if you really want it to feel very full. You know, whatever you guys want to do, you can do. But you can see how like fun and cool that like I love all this like random stuff. Like if I had just posted this, imagine I put this little cactus on my Instagram. It's like, oh, well that's nice. But like when it's a part of a bigger thing, like I don't know, it just feels like something special. I just love it. All right, be a bumblebee. Butterfly.
You're back.
Okay, sorry if we lost you for a second. I drew this tiny bumblebee. In case you missed it, it was very simple. But I'll do another one. How about over here? It's a little oval with some stripes, some antenna, and some wings. And if you want, a little stinger. There's a bee. All right, I feel like I'm getting pretty full here, so I think I'm just about done.
Don't you got room for a pumpkin?
Oh, a pumpkin? Maybe like the world's tiniest pumpkin. Turn it sideways. Oh boy. I'm gonna do pumpkin this way. No. Okay, that's kind of pumpkin-y, right? There we go. That looks like a pumpkin. And little swirly vines. Sure, we like it. There's my pumpkin. All right, well, there is my page of go-to doodles. I hope you guys followed along maybe, or maybe you want to rewatch it later and you can, you know, draw along with me. But yeah, super fun. there's a lot. And what's cool is like there's a lot of things that I can like pull out from here that I really like, just kind of love how they turned out. Like this cat, like I said, I don't always draw cats, but like look at this cute little cat. It just looks like a little cartoon, you know, or like a kid's book character or something like that. And my little snail, he just makes me super happy. But, you know, also like just it being an art piece on its own, a page of doodles, like I just love it. So I'm really, really excited to see all your guys' doodles this month. I hope you get into it and you really enjoy the process and just kind of like let yourself be free, let your ideas flow, get everything down on paper, and just enjoy. So again, make sure you visit makingarteveryday.com where you can get all the info that you need, the daily prompts, sign up for the calendar, get the drawing journal. Oopsie. Hopefully, are we still on?
I got you. You're up here.
Okay, we're up here. Sorry, my alarm just went off. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. You know, watching me doodle a bunch of stuff. I really enjoyed having you guys yell out stuff for me to draw. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, please be sure to, if you're sharing your work on Instagram, please tag me. I can't wait for joining me today. And as always, I'll see you next time, and happy art making. Bye-bye.